All right, guys, check it out. So, just wanted to check in with you guys. We get a lot of calls about, how is this coronavirus going to affect us in the real estate industry? And I get it, right? Everybody's worried about where's the next check going to come from. So, first things first is don't panic. We've been here before. All throughout history, there's been pandemics and different things that happened, and we've always bounced back. There's always a silver lining. And you have to understand the real estate industry is cyclical anyway. So if it wasn't this, it was just a matter of time before we go into some type of downturn anyway. And then with technology and the big box companies coming in, you're going to have to just be more creative going forward no matter what. So I want to give you 3 things that you can kind of anchor in on to keep your business flowing and steady until all the hysteria kind of dies down a little bit and you can get back to some of your staples that got you to where you are. All right. So I got 3 things for you real quick. Number 1, change the way that you practice. Okay. What I mean by that is keep hand sanitizer, keep booties for your feet when you're going in and out houses. You can even brand them. Make it yours. Okay. You'll be surprised how much people appreciate those small things, knowing that you have their best interests at heart. Okay. Leverage the internet in changing the way that you practice. Do as much as you can online. Okay. So get you a Zoom account, get you a freeconferencecall.com account, and do as much consulting online as you can before you get out in the field. Even develop some electronic products, maybe an ebook. While everybody's at work, make your ebook or a course or something that you can push online to keep your clients engaged with you. Okay. And if you have to get out in the field, I like to video call my clients and walk through properties with them. They don't always have to be there. Okay. So take some of the risk out of shopping for them. All right. But change the way you practice. Get more creative at the end of the day. All right. Second thing I want to say is the Fed just cut interest rates. Now that doesn't directly translate to lower mortgage rates, but banks pay less for their money. So typically some of that gets passed down to those mortgage rates. So what I want you to think about is people like cheap money. So there should be a lot more serious buyers in the market. Your job is to communicate to them what's going on. Okay, get them off the fence, communicate with them as to what's going on, so they can get out and take advantage of this cheap money. Right? Push the tire kickers to the side. All right, and focus on just the folks that are ready to go. So you don't waste a whole lot of time, because you don't have a whole lot of time to waste right now. Because just because rates went down doesn't mean that there's going to be an uptick in demand. It's likely going to flatten out or normalize over time, at least for the time being. So that means that you have to be selective about your time. Okay? So pay attention to that. Pay attention to your selection process and who you're dealing with, and make sure that you're communicating to them what's the benefit of buying right now. Okay? And then the last thing is, I want you guys to take them into focus on a different sector or a different audience. If you haven't touched on investors yet, if you're not working with any investors right now, you don't need a bunch of them, but make you some new relationships. Reach out to 2 or 3 new investors. They usually buy a lot of property throughout the year. But more importantly, what you're going to see is investment properties that they own are going to start underperforming. Right? Some states have already said that landlords cannot evict folks for not paying their rent. Okay, and to an investor, they're all about money, and if their asset is underperforming, they're going to be looking to put their money into something that is performing. Okay, so go look up, get in your databases, find those properties that have mortgages on them, or find those properties that folks are Airbnb, because that's going to go down right now, right? And reach out to them. Let them know that you have some options for them to put their money into some performing assets, and get you some new listings and some new sales under your belt dealing with them. Okay, They're going to be wanting to put their stuff into things that are a little bit more stable, like affordable housing or new types of development projects, right? Small commercial spaces and things like that. All right, so keep those three things in mind as this coronavirus spreads and everybody's wondering what's the next move and what to do, right? Change the way you practice, okay? Look at how sales are normalizing, right? Spend your time on the serious buyers is what I'm saying. And then last but not least, check out the investors. Start looking at investment properties that you think are underperforming, okay? If you need help digging into any of those three things, give me a call, shoot me a message, leave me a comment, and we can dig down a little bit deeper. I'll let you know some tools that we use. I'll let you know some different places that you can target as well. And I'll talk with you soon.